So look at this, I'm in Independence, remember? I showed you guys this deck system. We talked about all the bad problems it had. Check it out now. Of Kong, this is an unbelievable, amazing transformation for this family. Look, they were facing down basically a full-fledged replacement of their deck floor here. Well, it was this half. This half had already been replaced. But over in here in this rail system, you know, we talked about the imperfections where Kong has covered them up. The large cracks in there. Kong, our silverback epoxy system. Look, remember this? I told you we'd make this look brand new. Look how pretty. Look at this deck system. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous. We talked about how it had all these exposed fasteners that were open to water and the rust and rot process, right? Check them out now. Check out all the fastener points on this deck system. This is true protection for a deck. Okay, absolute true perfection. The Kong technicians, the Kong deck restoration painters come in here and they've done an ungodly great job of what we call fastener entry point coverage. I mean, every single fastener on this deck floor almost is completely covered up. You'd be hard pressed to find an open fastener, a hairline crack, a gap, anything in this. This deck system here in Independence has turned out absolutely drop dead, stunningly gorgeous. And it's tough. Remember, lifetime limited warranty here, lifetime service promise. These customers will have the company locally backing this system for life. We're right here in Northern Kentucky with them. Doesn't matter what happens. Something happens to the deck system, we'll either fix it under warranty, or we'll fix it under that service promise. But Kong can be regenerated anytime, life of ownership. From this ugly, what we call ugly deck, from this ugly, beat down, sun damaged, weathered, frayed wood, splintered, peeling deck paint. You guys remember the peeling deck paint that was here? All locked down and encapsulated under the power of the world's toughest deck armor. And right now you can get it for your family. You can save your family deck replacement with the power of Kong. Go to kongarmor.com right now and sign up for a free quote. We're the best in the world at restoring and protecting decks. See ya. This deck here, it turned out stunningly gorgeous. Especially if you're a fan of cedar, right? Like I am. The color cedar. This is called bright cedar. Kong Armor, lifetime deck armor color, bright cedar. I included it in our color palette against a lot of people telling me otherwise, but there are a good deal of people that like cedar colored decks. And I am one of them. I think they're really, really gorgeous. And this is a really bright iteration of cedar. And I love it. I love it. So this deck, Northern Kentucky, Florence, Kentucky, right? Had peeling bare deck over. Had rotten boards, frayed wood, splinters, loose rails, right? Everything that all Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky weathered deck systems have. How'd we bring it back to life, right? How'd we do that, right? The thick build, the industrial grade Kong Armor, lifetime deck armor, the ultimate in deck resurfacing. Let me show you this real quick. This is just a normal backyard in Northern Kentucky, right? I mean, this is nothing fancy, but let me show you this real quick. This beautiful high build film encases splinters, locks down splinters, locks down frayed wood, and it can absolutely encapsulate peeling deck paint. Things like peeling bare deck over, peeling super deck, peeling deck in a day, peeling restore 10x, right? But look, let me show you this. Look how beautiful. Wow. Right? Thick build. Industrial grade. covers over your fastener entry points so water can't get to them. Locks down splinters so your kids and your babies don't get splinters, right? You have to move. You have to move from thin residential deck paints and stains to an industrial grade, lifetime permanent deck coating, right? That's what you got to do. Especially, listen, if you're suffering from peeling bare deck over, peeling restore 10X, any of that type of stuff, we can save you from that sanding or flipping your boards or replacing your deck floor, replacing your whole deck, don't want to tear down the frame with this coating, right? We come in, we do something that's called lockdown encapsulation. It takes it all away, all of it. Look. We added braces for the deck owner, rail to mortar over there. Just stunningly beautiful. Look, all the hairlines covered in, all the cracks that were here, the thousands of cracks, the thousands of hairlines, all covered in. So they got their fastener entry points covered over, they got all their cracks covered in, they got the peeling bare deck over taken care of, right? They got their deck rescued, right? So they got all the bad and rotten boards out of here, right? And got new ones put in, right? So full restoration, solved the peeling bare deck over problem, and they got supreme resurfacing all in one shot. Look how beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. I love that cedar color. I love it. I love it. Kong's rated to take on wind-driven rain, sleet, ice, hail, any of that stuff up to hurricane wind speeds. And then what we did was, since our coating is so thick and it's so tough, we're able to put 7 to 10 times the amount of UV block in here that they can put in thin, less than paper thin residential deck paints and stains, right? So we got 7 to 10 times the amount. And then on top of that, our coating is so thick that the UV that does get through those blockers, it can't get all the way through the film into the wood to cause adhesion problems. Rated for foot traffic. Most deck coatings and most deck stains are not. Kong's rated for foot traffic, right? It impact resistance, scratch resistance, mar resistance, algae side, mildew side. And then also, this customer's walking with the only true lifetime limited warranty that's locally backed for a deck coating system that actually exists on the planet. And they're also walking away with a lifetime service promise